Greetings and welcome to week 12. This week we're going to continue with our study of the Millennium Development Goals, focusing specifically on Goals 5 and Goal 6, improving maternal health and fighting HIV, AIDS, malaria, and other diseases. If you do nothing else this week, and this is similar to what I told you last week, if you do nothing else this week, make sure you watch the two videos by two of my friends from the Fletcher School of Law and Diplomacy. One is by Mandeep, who you have seen a number of times before. She's speaking about maternal health. And the second one is from a friend of mine named Chris Fontaine, who works in Ethiopia in the capital, Addis Ababa, and he works with the United Nations trying to eradicate AIDS in East Africa. So make sure that you watch both of those videos as the week goes on. Our current affair, we're going to talk about failed states and the important role that failed states are playing in the international system, specifically because when you have a void of government, then any kind of illegal activity, any kind of extremist activity can take place within the confines, within the sovereign territory officially of these failed states. So this week we're going to look specifically at Yemen and Somalia and look at not only the Islamic extremism that is bubbling up in both places, but also the piracy that has nothing to do at all with Islam that's happening off the coast of Somalia. Now, the geography of these two places make the situation even more dire because it's close to a choke point, very similar to the Strait of Hormuz, which we've studied in past weeks. The strait that we're talking about empties from the Red Sea into the Gulf of Aden, which goes into the Indian Ocean, and it's also a crucial link between the Mediterranean through the Suez Canal, Red Sea, and off to Asia. So it's a very important link from Asia to Europe. So we will look at Millennium Development Goal 5 and 6, the importance of failed states, and then we'll ask the question, so much money and time is being spent in Afghanistan trying to fight the quote-unquote war on terror, but the argument that some people are making is that the troops that are there, specifically the NATO troops that are in Afghanistan, are in the wrong place. We spoke earlier in the year and we discussed whether Islamic extremism, whether Al-Qaeda could be defeated. And this week we'll look at that question again, because with Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula, in Yemen, and with Islamic extremism in Somalia, the question needs to be asked again and needs to be dealt with further. Can extremism in any form be defeated in an age of rapid communication and instant communication, really, and rapid transportation? So, Millennium Goal 5, 6, failed states, and then the journal, final thing, is interesting this week because I'm asking you to imagine that you are in charge of fixing a failed state, and you need to work within the framework of the Millennium Development Goals. I'm asking you to rank, forced choice, I'm asking you to rank which of the Millennium Development Goals would you put first on your list, would you develop most of your resources to, and then you're going to rank them 1 through 6, with 1 being the most important and the one where you would put most of your resources to 6. The least important. You can't have ties, it is forced choice. So it's a little bit of an assessment on your understanding of the Millennium Development Goals, but then it's also a question for you to analyze a situation and say, okay, this state is failing, what is the most important step that I need to take to fix it once security is assured? Okay, that is your week. We're not going to do any geography this week. We have finished with Southern Africa, and next week we will go to Southeast Asia. But this week, let's take a break. Let's focus on our journal, our blog, and make sure that you watch the videos that accompany week 12. Have a good week. Thank you for your participation. I look forward to seeing you on